Hello everyone and welcome back to Satisfactory. As you can see, I'm kind of over by my steel and caterium factories. Just kind of had to go make myself some more of these wonderful nobelisks. Potentially blow some shite up. Alright, so today we need to build a sort of a depot here to offload all of our goods that will be coming down from here. So I don't have the train active yet. I haven't even built the cards yet or put the cars in. I did add one more depot here, and it is for sulfur. So over at the starter base, over here, I had two sulfur nodes. One was a pure node, which is the one that's feeding right into that area. So it added an extra one in. So why did I go through the trouble of doing that? Well, over here somewhere, not exactly sure where. Somewhere over here, as I'm kind of rocketing around here, is another coal mine, and I need that to make black powder, to make weapon stuff. So it's around here somewhere. Let's see here. Where is it? I know about the one over there. It must, oh yeah, so it's over here. So you can see how I even have two of these over here if I wanted to do more concrete. But I don't need to do concrete right now because I already have a lot of concrete. So it must be like over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. So I can use that in conjunction with sulfur to make black powder, which can make nobelisks and various other things. Because eventually I want to make like rifle ammo, all that kind of fun stuff. We're not quite there yet. At any rate, with the train depot being right here, I need to figure out exactly where I'm going to put the... get this bad boy out of the way. Come here. Come here. Why are you running? Anyway. So I just need to figure out kind of where I'm going to put the building. I don't want it to go underneath because there's always a chance I could have another railway going underneath this one. I know it might be a little bit difficult in some of the areas here. Maybe. Because, let's see, this is not very tall here, but technically I could probably get, maybe not. Because say I could probably get another train under here. It'll be very tight, but yeah. I didn't want to build directly under it, so I'm thinking about maybe like over here or something. I just need to figure out where I'm going to be sending that stuff to, so that way it can go wherever it needs to go. Now, I have two things worth of concrete coming right there. Then I have these three items. So 4 of the 5 items don't need to be like right here. One of them's going to go to that building there for making encased industrial beams. The rest of it's all going to go past it over there, which I'm probably going to do by trucks. So I could do it where I don't want to do it down where my truck is because I have 2 factories there. So it's going to have to be built over here somewhere. I even got another one of these over here, but it's normal, so I'm not too worried about that. So just trying to get a sense of where I want to put the building. So, I mean, this is a pathway right here, so maybe I move it up that way. So even it comes out here and then just goes down there. What do you guys think? Should we build it like over here? Would building it over here be a good thing? Man, these freaking fly things are everywhere. Looks like we got a little bit of a pathway under here. Another one of those stupid fly things over there. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, the whole plan was to put it right there. I guess I could build it right here and just try to make it work. That way it doesn't have to travel that far. I suppose it'll be fine right here. I just have to be very mindful because I'm going to have trucks coming in. So maybe they'll come up and kind of, maybe they'll loop around this thing right here. Well, yeah, it is part of the challenge. It's obviously part of the challenge. I sort of do this whole thinking out loud thing. It's kind of what I do. But I always like feedback, man. I don't want it to just be, you know, nobody really talking about, you know, hey, what you working on? You know what I mean? I want y'all to have sort of a, not necessarily a say, but more of just a, hey, maybe you should try this. You know, I do occasionally get those kind of people. What's going on, Chris? How are you? All right, let me get this this guy out of the way. 'Cause out of here. Okay. Maybe tonight I would get pulled away and I can watch, maybe tonight I would get pulled away and could watch most of the stream. That does not make any sense, man. Won't. Okay. That sounds better. All right, so let's kind of get get back up here. Let's get a sense of where these drop things are. I think they're right in. Right there. You see that? Those are my exits. Okay, so there's that exit. So that would probably make that one, that exit. That one. That one. Get those right. Yep. So did you get pulled away on Monday? I mean, because sometimes you're just quiet, which is fine. Okay. That one, not so much. Oh yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So those are where the exits are. Let's see. Yeah, I got pulled into a phone call with the VP, a nonprofit I work with. Oh, okay. No worries, man. Those are the calls you got to take. No sweat, man. Those are definitely the calls you got to take. All right, so I think I'm gonna kind of create a partial wall here, and some of it will get replaced. Now these are the standard walls that we get, but I also have my mods too. I've got the concrete ones, so we can do some fun circle-y looking things. Um, We've got some basic wall stuff here where we can do some rounds if we want to make some stuff looking round. I even got additional frame blocks that we can kind of play around with. We even have glass if we want to do it in glass. This kind of stuff here we'll be doing in the future for part of the stability of the railway, because these are like beams, so you can set up like fancy bridges and shit. I'll be doing that for part of this build at some point. All this fancy bridge stuff would be kind of neat. But we also have these are really thick walls, and then we have some regular walls. So I did this wall on one of my other buildings. Actually, no, I think it was this wall. I did this wall on one of the other buildings. We have smooth. We have vent, sort of like a venting system or whatever. So maybe we'll try this one. So I'm going to sort of put this along the edge here, just to kind of line up those, at least for right now. Oh yeah, I like that. We might do that across the entire thing here. Let's do that. I like that. Kind of a nice look. I'll do it on the other side at some point. Now I'm gonna do some walls coming down. I'm not gonna come down that far because I'm gonna put a walkway up there so I can work. So we could do. This is a similar basic wall. Yeah, it does. It does make it look more finished. This is a kind of a basic wall that is a little different than the default one. So I'm going to kind of go across, and because I have infinite zoop on, I can actually go down too. Which is kind of really neat how the infinite zoop thing works. Now, temporarily, I'm going to put in a walkway up here, so that way I can walk around and I can kind of, because I don't have the fancy hovercrafts that everybody has right now. Now, the cool thing about the architecture, and I want to say it's in this one, is I've got all of these other catwalk systems that I added in, including bigger, wider stair systems. So I can't see very well. I could add one like that. And because it's open, right, I can then add this one to the end of it and bring it down for me. And then add a right side. Check that out. Now I will probably have a walkway system up here after I'm done, just to be able to like do general maintenance stuff. But for right now, I just need something so I can get to these. I'm gonna put some wall holes in over here. Now, this is kind of neat. I like this. So I got a little stairs, and we have all kinds of crosswalk pieces. junctions, corners. So kind of go across like that. And then, so I did that one, and then we have what? Something like this one. So it just gives me a chance to walk up here, and I don't have to keep jumping and stuff, because I need to be able to get to these pools right here, right? So these are the export downs, right? And I can either choose to export like both, as in take from the train station, both exits or only one exit. You know, two exits means, you know, you get twice as much coming out of it. I don't think that's really going to be an issue, considering it's got to go all the way back over there before it does its pick up its next load. So this also lets me sort of take that out and just make it useful. So I think I'm going to pull from this one. And what I want to do is potentially have it exit right here. Right? Now, going into here, I do have some of these types of wall things, right? So I can change one out. And I like the fact that we can do singles on the side. So that's what I want to do here. I want to take this one out. And I want to switch it out for single side. And in that way, it all kind of matches color-wise. It might not be as fancy, but it'll let me take it right straight out. Because what I'll probably do with the building is it'll come in through the top of the building and go down to where I need it to store into storage containers. So, that's my train of thought there. All right, so logistics wise, we can come in with a Mark IV lift. Just trying to make sure that it lines up. And they may not be an exact match, so kind of have to play that one by ear, but okay, it looks like I can bring it down a little bit further. I want to try to get them as even as I can. I know it's not going to be like dead on unless I put in those those kind where I can do it myself. But actually, no, I think that's pretty damn straight. Yeah, I like it. Now, here's where things are going to get interesting, okay? In my, and I think it's only in the concrete ones that have this. Let me see. I have these foundation holes, which are kind of cool, that basically allow me to do something like that to where it looks like it's hollow. The problem is they're concrete, they're not metal, so I don't know if I can spray these and make them metal. They're also not very thick either. Yeah, they're called concrete foundation holes. I think these are cool. I'm going to use these in other factories where I'm going to be playing with more belts. Just wish they had them in metal, but they don't. At least I haven't seen them in metal. I mean, I could search in here, but I don't think so. No. And I could shift it out and put one of these in its place, but it might look weird because it doesn't match the top. So I may have to just put these back in. Just knowing that that they're in there. But let me see. I might be able to get away with half walls here. Maybe do it like that. That way it can't be seen up above, but it matches everything else. Yeah, that way it has a nice clear path. I didn't even think about doing that in the other train stations area, so I might do that over there too. Yeah, I think that works. Very nice. So now that we kind of got that established, we can kind of do the same thing over here. Oh shit. I just knew I was going to fall off the damn thing. Whoops. Okay. So let's take this out and let's put in the correct wall here. So this metal conveyor wall. And then yeah, at least I can fly. So what else is going on? Anything new and exciting? How's that new ham radio holding up so far? Really good. Nice. Just need more time to play with it. Yeah. I hear you there. I hear you there. Yeah, I still gotta try to find time to work on my garage door to fix that. I'm also get quotes so we can start doing some grants for equipment for nonprofit. There you go. So did you get all your 901 paperwork done for that? The GDG, the Google Developers Group in Kansas City, which is the chapter that I'm one of the organizers for. Yeah, that's what I meant. 501. Yeah, so we're also a 501. All right, everything's good and in place. So I'll leave this here in case I need to go back up. Eventually I'll take this out. And what I might do is maybe build some kind of like maintenance little building shack over here that'll let me kind of walk around under here, at least for now. We'll just leave it right like that. Okay, so I like it. I think I might take those other pieces out and put smooth ones in there, but leave the rest of them like that, I think. So like this one. So basically replace these, because they have smooth ones too. Just like that. So that way it looks consistent going across there. Yeah, I kind of get a little bit on the OCD with that. It doesn't look right. Bad enough I can't fix those signals up there. I was trying to do that right before we started the stream tonight. All right. So the way I've got this set now is I'll probably do maybe some kind of a... Yeah, because I was originally going to build the building and build it separate from the train, but I think I'm just going to build it as part of the system for this. So I'll just take this all the way down. Oh, I didn't go down far enough. All right. So what we'll do is I'll bring this out only a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to bring it from that. I think I'm going to bring it from a... Might not be able to see it, but instead of bringing it from the top, like right up there, I still want to be able to see that. This part will be open, and what I might do is have it come down into a drop that will drop it like somewhere over here. So we'll probably do the top more or less from that spot right there. So we can keep the orange theme going. These don't need to be thick. So maybe like right there. And then come out maybe 3. You can see we have this nice orange theme going. And then we'll start another level. I'll have to get rid of those damn things. Maybe right there at the bottom of this level right here. So let's do that. So let's add the same level there. It doesn't quite level out with this though, but which could be an issue. So maybe I should start it there instead. Yeah, we could do it there. Okay. It's not a bad spot because, I mean, you have 3 potentials. We can drop it down. Maybe go 1 more out or so. Because we can put the floor holes like right out the end of these, I think. We don't even have to do that. Maybe this is what we drop down to. Yeah, you know what? I think I have an idea here. Let's take that level out. We'll have it we'll have it come down to here. This could be interesting. So, one of the things that we have these glass walls. We could do something with those. What does that look like? So if I did something like this. I'm just looking right now because I don't know. It doesn't really go with the look. I do like the idea of glass. I just don't think that has the right look to it. These are ramps, doors. I have a lot of different glass things. And these are just from the mods, so it didn't have to be anything special. What I'm thinking about doing, just for context, is taking something like a lift and having it come down like this so you can actually see what's coming down, and surrounding it by surrounding it with glass. Maybe put some lights in. Maybe. Well, not lights. It'll probably be these glowing beams or something. If I thought this would work, I would put something like that in and make them round. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? A lot of interesting, like, glass frames. Okay, I'm just looking at this for a second. That's an interesting look. Isn't that an interesting look, how it's just framed, like, right there? As if you would want to stick something on it. Like a floor hole. Just thinking out loud here. Imagine putting a floor hole in that. Like that. Then it's like it's perfectly framed out. Now I'm intrigued. Yeah. It's interesting, and the reason I say it's that is, it's like you have squares, you have rounds, triangles, but I love the idea of something like that, and then they have quarters, so think about that for a second. They have quarters. So imagine seeing a logistics thing coming down like this, and it's got a whole bunch of these quarters in it. A whole bunch of these quarters going all the way down. Well, actually, I wouldn't even need to do that. I could put it like right there, and I could literally have a baby wall around it. So I'm pretty sure I probably have some. And here, this was what I was looking for earlier. These are frameless walls. So basically, it's just glass. There's no frames on it. Yeah, there's all kinds of interesting things. Railing systems. These things here, like, those are curved ones. All kinds of like curved rail systems. I mean, I suppose I could try to do something like that here. Not sure exactly how that would work, but let's look at that. A framed corner. Hit the wrong button there. So let's say I do a framed corner. I'm just thinking out loud here. Ooh, that could be interesting. Put it in a tube. It would work better if it was centered. Like if that chute was centered, this would look perfect coming down like that. It's not going to work for this, but it will work in a future project. Yeah, I see that being used in the future, just not for this, unfortunately. But I do like the idea of doing this, though. I think this will look pretty cool. I'm just not exactly sure how I would use it here. But I think that would look pretty neat. Probably gonna put those probably up. Wait. Those are the same, and yet those look different. These are smooth and those are not. Fix these to make them go with the rest of them because it looks a little odd. Oh, I wonder if that's flipped around. Let's see. Oh, it is. It's flipped around. So when you flip it around, it's smooth. Oh yeah, that's interesting. So on the outside, it looks like that. So what I might do is when I get it to here, I'll actually center it on this. So they're not really going to be, I don't know. I don't know if they necessarily need to be seen over here. You know what I mean? Or actually, I think I might have them coming out of the center of each one of these, like in the center here. I don't know. I'm thinking. I know it's a scary thought. I am thinking. Thinking I might have... You know what? I think I'm going to have it come out one more row here. And I'll see if I'm right in a second here. Because we'll have the initial set of industrials, right? Actually, it don't necessarily have to be. No, that's fine. Yes, thinking does get me in trouble. You are absolutely correct. So I'm going to have the storage containers here, and then what we'll do is we'll figure out where the truck stops are going to be under down here. Because the truck stops have to go a certain direction or else it doesn't work right. So at least if I get this hooked up, I can actually get the train running and get it delivering and making sure that part works right. So maybe I don't necessarily need all of this here. Just enough to kind of maybe cover this up a little bit. Or maybe I don't need to do it at all, you know? Not everything has to be enclosed in a room, I guess. So let me just take this part out. I do need to make these stable, though. I mean, stable as in it looks like it's supposed to be there. These things are pretty neat, but they're huge, you know. Actually, this one is fine. Vertical. Check that out. That is what you call stability. You can put one over here on the end. Yeah, there we go. So we'll take the Mark IV logistics, and I'll just send it into the top one. I don't think I need to send it into anything else. I don't know how well this is going to work though, so. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Because these aren't centered, it just kind of acts a little weird. See if that works better. It does. So there we go. I mean, that one was kind of hard to center, I suppose. Actually, it shouldn't be that hard to center. I guess I could add another wall here. That way I can center this properly. How about we do that? I'm a simple guy. At least I like to think so, right? So they'll be centered without being centered. Make sure it's going the right way. Of course, I gotta shift that one back. Did I do it, or do I have to flip it again? I have to flip it again. Yeah. All right. There we go. Now we can just center it off of the outlet, which is right there. So we'll get our logistics, our industrial storage. Here, let me bring this down, and maybe that'll help with the lineup. Might not be the exact height I'm looking for, but stand underneath it here. That should be it. Just gotta bring it down to the proper levels. Oops, wrong one. Mark 4. Let's see, that goes straight in. Yeah, see? So much nicer. Nice, clean lines. Here we can just did I put that in back? I hate when I do that. I always hate when they line it, you bring it in and they always put it the opposite way. Like, stop screwing with me and just, like, it needs to go back the same way. There. I mean, I think 2 containers worth, plus a full container that'll go in, you know, because the truck stops are full container. I think 2 full containers is enough, right? You're only going to get 1 container's worth out of each one at a time. I think it'll be fine. I need more steel pipes, and I don't have any near me. If only I had that particular thing fired up right now, I could be making steel pipes. Oh my gosh. I honestly, I don't have any. I'm completely out of steel pipes. Like, I don't have any stored anywhere. I am making them over by where my old start base is over there. I'm not going to drive. I'm just going to run over. It won't take me that long. As far as the Caterium goes, we're only tapping off one of these. We have a whole nother one I was going to use to make AI limiters, and I'll probably still do that. But this one flows out. It makes 75 times 3, so, you know, 200 and something a minute. So more than what it's actually using in that building over there. So as a result, I can tap off this line here because I'm going to need pipes over where I'm doing the computers and the heavy modular frame build. Which hopefully, if we get all of this set up, my goal is to get to the point where we're working on that. I don't know if we'll get to it, but we're going to try. Not today. I mean, like Friday. If we don't get to it Friday, I will make sure that everything's in place so we can start doing it on Monday. That much is certain. But over here is where I've got the little factory that's over here. Is where I'm making pipes in order to make something else. So that's where I'm going to edit. So right over here. Now, right now, the one of the parts over here is actually completely full, and both its storage container and the truck stop. So I'm going to have one of the truck stops active over here. The other one I'm not, but the one over here I am. So this one here, these automated wiring. Yeah, I've got a full truck of them here. These are full of motors. I got to bring these motors over there for the build too, and they're all running down to the truck station. So as soon as that starts up, we'll be in pretty good shape. I have a little, I believe I have a little storage over here. Maybe. I think I made one with pipes in it. Did I make it? I did make one with pipes in it. There we go. So let me just bring a bunch of pipes with me, because we're probably going to need them. There. Now I got pipes. But yeah, a lot of this is probably going to get rebuilt a little bit differently than the way it is now. I want to start looking at making better, like, modular builds. So I might redo this whole thing at some point. I mean, it is basically a concrete, basically a type of steel factory thing that's used to make very specific parts. So, because they kind of, it's a little spaghetti-ish over there. I know I could do a better job of building it out, so I might consider rebuilding part of it. Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna have steel factories all over the place. It seems like. Now, something that I'll let you all just a hint of something. So, y'all know I'm going to be doing some YouTube recordings very, very soon. The update to Parcel Simulator is one of the titles I want to do, but I have plans for something else as well. And we'll see how it goes. The problem with the Parcel Simulator build is I'll actually be starting from the very, very beginning, because you can't start on the new warehouse. You can't start the new warehouse until you unlock it after you've already basically finished the first half of the game, which is making me hesitate a little bit on whether I should do it on a YouTube video. So, it'll be basically starting from the very beginning. I mean, I have a build in place that I was playing. I think I did it on Twitch for a little while there, but I don't know if I want to do. I don't think I'm going to do that one, but I don't know if I'm just having, I guess, second thoughts about doing it from the beginning. I thought I was going to be able to jump straight into the newer warehouse and not have to worry about the other one, but apparently that's not the case. So, but I do have another basically series that I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to go into any details about it because you'll have to watch the video for that, but I do have another something else I'm going to do. Everything's a time sink, so I need to balance my time to do it all justice, if you will. All right, so as now, just so everybody knows, I had the ability to do way more than what I'm doing right now. And this does not even take into account the fact that this trade station also has a whole other side to it. So when it comes to this side of the tracks, I'll have to build it over here. That'll be a whole separate warehouse. And it might even be loading rather than unloading. I could be sending stuff to another location. But that's something I'll have to worry about later. I'm only going to have one train running right now, because I don't really have a need for any other trains. But if you guys have ideas for games that you would like to see me do as regular static ones and not done on the live stream, let me know. It wouldn't be a stream without the Bean. Hello, Bean. Get out of here. Go play with something else. So, Chris, is there a game that I have that you wouldn't mind seeing that done that way, that you can think of? Oh, that one just lined right on up, didn't it? It's right here. All right. I know I kind of put you on the spot with that, but I just thought I would ask. Would you repeat the question? Stepped into the other room. Is there a game that you would like to see me do as just standalone recorded playthrough, gameplay? It could and believe it or not, it could even be this game, but set up completely different, if it's something that you're interested in. You know, the parcel simulator game, you know, I have an interest in that one. But like I said, I have to start it over from the very beginning. Didn't throw that one far enough. Main sequence is not out yet. So, we can't do that yet. That is on my agenda. For sure. Alright, so here's the thing I think I'm going to do here. These first two are going to be concrete, and I think this one is actually going to feed this factory, so I'm not going to put it on a truck system. I'm literally just going to send it over. Now, I don't have to put any of these on a truck station. I could just send them directly down the same way I'm sending that Caterium down. Parcel simulator, if I had to pick one. Well, I am going to do that one. Okay. I'm going to do that one. Anything other than parcel simulator. And it doesn't have to be right now. I might, like, have a game, do a run, then you know, pick another game, do a run, that kind of thing. You know, do I really need to do truck stations? I have to fuel those things. That's an awful long ways to travel without one. So that one I think I am going to send directly over to that building. Grounded 2. Given to Fly 36. Welcome to the stream. Grounded 2. I don't have that one. What's, let me see. What is Grounded 2? I've heard the name, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I don't think I have. Well, I know I don't have it. So let me look here. Grounded 2. Oh, right. The whole thing where you're like the size of an ant. Interesting. It's in early access right now. I'll have to look into it. I could put... I know I can put a truck station over here. Oh, man, this is going to be tough because the truck stations have to be built a certain way. And I might have to build something in order to make that work. I'm not opposed to it. I've already got blueprints for roads and stuff, so we're going to end up using that. So I think I'm going to have to put the truck stops somewhere in here, but I'm going to have to make sure that that doesn't get hit by it. So let me do some more clearing of area here. I still need to do a playthrough of Alchemy Factory. Anybody interested in that particular title? Okay, so the thing with truck vehicles, right? The thing about having truck stations is they have to feed from there to here. They don't really do it any other way. That would be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, I have, when it comes to factory style titles, which is kind of what we're working through here. I've got Alchemy Factory. I've got Mine Mogul, which I sort of started. This was before I started streaming on YouTube again. I have Star Rupture, which I got probably into the mid game of that one and sort of stopped. Yeah, Main Sequence I think is the one that I'm really waiting for it to come out. Right now we just have the demo. There is that Farm Factory Simulator. That one's out right now. We played the demo on the channel. So I played the demo on the channel. If you guys didn't, I don't know if y'all got a chance to see that or not. Trying to figure out exactly how I want to place this truck station set up here, because I'm gonna have what this one doesn't have to go. Well, I'm gonna have to put it somewhere. I'll have to put it somewhere because it's not gonna, otherwise it's not gonna empty. I guess when I build it out, I'll just, when I put in the train cars, I won't put the train car in for that one because I'm not ready to deal with it yet. So these two are going to go to have to go over there. So those two have to be trucked. And so does that one. So I need 3 truck stops at a minimum. Just trying to figure out the right, how far over I want to go with this. And this is not an easy thing for me to decide on. So just bear with me a second. I might have to send, I'm going to have to figure out how to do a loop to have them come back around. They could go straight this way, right? So they could go straight this way. Because there's not a very good amount of space over there to turn. And I could have them maybe go this way. Because I have to go this way. Yeah, if they go this way, which it might have to be up in the air. Just when I need more of that. I'll show you guys where these parts have to go. So you have a sense of what I'm trying to decide here. In the end, they all those 3 trucks are going to go to the same spot. And it's right there, so I have to figure out how to get them over there. So I can't go, I don't think I could really take it over by the steel factory here. I mean, there is a path here, but it's kind of tight. Right, it's where I brought my truck in from. And it's like right here. It's sort of doable, I suppose. I'm gonna have to build the truck route for it, but I suppose it's doable. I have to clear a path. So I suppose I could do it this way. It'll be an interesting way to do it, I suppose. Well, let me see here. Since this will be a 2-way, let's see, 2-way cross. 2-way no light. It would be something like this. Yeah, you see how that would have to fit right there? That's what I'm trying to figure out because it's too wide. Because I have to go back and forth. I mean, is it doable? Technically, yeah, it's doable. Not quite the way I want it to be, but I do have infinite nudge, so I can probably make it work. I'm just a little worried about that pole being in the way. So that's why I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want the path to go. I could just drive straight underneath, right? Imagine having your road go straight underneath, but there's a hill right here, so that's not going to work. The things we do to figure out the best course of action. Because if I go straight down like that, then I might be able to just have... Well, even if I go that direction and they take the long way and then come back, I suppose that one of these... Could I add another one in and figure out a way to fuel these trucks too? Because I need to be able to fuel these trucks. Such a dilemma. That's what's making me hesitate a little bit, is like, I'm going to have to fuel these trucks. That's the one thing that kind of bugs me about the way that the new truck system is in place. Granted, I didn't really get a chance to use the old system either, so I guess there's that. Is that the trucks never stop. They stop long enough to get the load and then they go. It doesn't even matter if it's a full truckload or not. And those damn things will burn up a shitload of fuel. Well, I'm just going to have to just settle for what I'm going to do here. I guess we need these kind of foundations, right? I suppose that'll have to work. No, that won't work either. I'm only going to use probably 1 meter to start with. Wanted to get a decent amount here. And we'll have to kind of go out that way a little bit, because like I said, this one has to be able to go right over to that building. So I'm placing things down just to kind of get a sense of how it'll be set up. So I'm going to be kind of taking things in and out for a few minutes here. Got to make sure I got enough room for logistics here. That would put this right about there. Now, is there enough? Let me, we might have to come around here. Because again, I gotta be able to loop these guys around somehow. Right? So that would mean that the roadway would need to go right there. Just to kind of give a general idea here, let me this one. Like if I wanted to place this here, just trying to make sure I'm doing it right. See, like, if this represents the road, then I need them to be able to come in and then go over to that. Obviously, this is not the right level, but you see where I'm going with that, right? I have to be able to block off part of it because the trucks always take the shortest route. So let me put that back in, but do it the right way. That was a two-way. We need to go forward and then down. See if that lines up. Does not. I might have to put the road in first and then put that in after. Yeah, I might have to put the road in first. Let me take this out. Okay. So this might be like the way in, maybe, to the truck station. It's still right spot on. Comes down. We can have it come in to the truck station. Like that. I think that could work. So then we can go with maybe put one with lights in it. That. I guess the real question is, did I put that in the right direction? Oh, this doesn't actually have the paths in it, so I took the paths out of it. Yep, that's the right way. Kind of a cool little design I came up with. Give me a little street lights. Now, granted, I still have to have power brought over, which would come from this somehow. We have the power pole handy over here. Yeah, sort of. It's right there. Okay. I don't know exactly how long this is going to be. So let's just take this out. I don't know. That far for right now. At some point I'm going to have to put in another one of those to bring them back out. Maybe a little bit farther up. Let's go a no light. Okay. I don't think I can do it this way. Oh, and when I put that in with the idea that I needed to go 2 ways when I only needed to go 1. I just thought of that just now. We're not going that way. Let me take that one out. Let me put the correct one in. It's a 1-way. There we go. So I don't know if that's going to fit here. I don't think that's going to fit here. I might have to take this one out. It would still be that. Yeah. I was afraid of that. That's not going to work. Right there. Guess I'll have to take this one out too. And we'll put the other one in there instead. Too far. That leaves me sort of an in and out pathway, right? Now, granted, right now I only need to get these 3 out. I will need to get that 4th one out. And I could probably still set up the 4th one. I just don't have a truck for it. So it'll just fill and stop, and I don't know if that's going to affect. But yeah, I probably still won't put the. I probably still won't put the freight car in for it, so it'll just ignore it. Hopefully. Oh boy. So let's get sort of the thought process out here. Says I'm missing cables. Of course I'm missing cables. I got some down here. Let's see. Seriously, I don't have any cables in there? No, I've still got some wire. I can make some. Not that much, but I can make some. I used up a lot of the wire putting in those road pieces. Really, guy? Get off my truck. Get off my truck. I don't want you pooping on my truck. Yeah, I told you to get off of it. Okay, let's try this again. I suppose I could put floor holes in, right, and come in from underneath, so I can tuck these in pretty good. What I'm trying to prevent here, and this is why I'm a little bit struggling with this a little bit, is the way that the truck lines work. And the trucks will always take the shortest route. So even if I peer this over here, if this is too close to that line, it's just going to jump over there and go, which is really kind of disorienting when you see it happen, because it did it over there when I was doing truck routes in the past. So but I also have to make sure that it can actually get in there. So if it comes in, that might be too close. I might have to move it down a little bit. That might be good enough. And I think they're smart enough to stop if another truck's in the way. So we can, I think we can just run these down the line here. I think we'll be okay. Just have them all in the same basic spot. Am I out of cables again? Now I'm out of cables. Okay. So I could put in 2 more, and then the way this one's positioned right here, okay, I have to take this out and send it. So it's coming up above it. So I think we're in good shape there. I'll just build a little bridge and it'll be fine. I think that'll work. But I need cables now, so got to go back over to that same spot where I got those pipes, because I have plenty of cables over there. Let me just run over there real quick. I'm gonna need a lot of them anyway, since I've got to do roads and stuff over here. I would like to figure out a proper route to go, you know, back the other way or something. And I might not have one. It might just be kind of one of those type of like a roundabout style something or other. In order for me to hook those around and have them go both directions, and everything will be fine. Yeah, I am going to have them move and go to a different spot. And since I can't do it right next to that one location. See, we got a whole lot of wire. This thing's making 100 a minute, so drop a stack of these too, because I'll probably need it. Guess I have to make more. This one too. Because it won't take long before these things accumulate. Let it fill up, and then I'm going to take another stack and then let it fill up again, and then we'll head back. It's almost there. All right. Now, I do have a question for you guys. You think I should go ahead and start the train now? Build the cars and have the train run? Maybe watch it go through a full route? And then head back to continue working on the warehouse? Or the truck stations? What do you think? Because right now it's over by the concrete factory. Because that's where I ended the stream last, was over there. So what do you think? Should we go ahead and have the train start? I mean, everything else is in place. I'm just working on the truck stuff now. And we've got 20 minutes to go. We want to see the train actually do what it's supposed to do. I think it wouldn't hurt. I need to make the cars anyway. Start the train. So I need at least, what, 4, 5. I've got everything I need for the freight cars, so. Yeah, let's, I'm going to go over here because I'm going to jump onto the track and then run over there because it's just like right around the corner there. Now again, I'm decided I'm going to try to do it without doing the third car at the starter factory. See if it'll run without it there. It just won't load it. And I'll add the car onto it later. Well, I mean, I can add it on there. I don't know if it's going to make the train stop because it can't unload. I think it's the reason why I'm a little hesitant on that, since I haven't really worked with trains. I'm afraid it'll stop while the other ones are... Well, actually, they'll all probably stop at the same time, wouldn't they? But I don't need that one exactly yet, so... We could probably get away without running it for right now, because I'll need to get... Oh. Gotta go up a little higher for that. Try it like this now. I don't think I was moving too forward before I even got up here. No! Oh shit, I just killed myself. Son of a bitch. Oops. Wah, 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 wah.
CSIT resources. Don't do it again.
Why the hell? Oh, you know, I didn't have my thing in place. I don't have my hub in place, so it couldn't put me on the hub. That's funny. Why would you do that? I don't know. I'm an idiot. Don't mind the idiot. Oh, let's do it again. I'm just not that smart today. So here's where it's doing the sulfur right there. I don't know, but I don't have, I have the jetpack, but no fuel. I have I have no fuel on me right now. See that? So I got to go to my starter. I have to go to my real base to get me more fuel so that way I can get over to where my other shit's at. So just get, it's right over there. It's not that big a deal, but still funny. Yeah, I'm funny that way. It's all good though. I went onto the tracks from that spot before, so I don't know what's going on. It's fine though. I have so much fuel. I'm good. I have the fuel. I have the fuel. Now, I believe it's on this ledge right here that I actually have my stuff, so. Yeah. Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. We're good. I mean, I didn't need to jump up there. I mean, it's literally like right like that. And then I'm instantly over here. See? We're fine. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Okay, so I'm gonna back up so I can put the cars on. Okay. Let's put some cars on. Freight cars. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are good. Okay. We have freight cars. Now, let's open the train terminal. So, we're not going to turn on the self-driving here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me get some shite set up here first. Okay. Edit timetable. Okay, so we do North Concrete, then Starter Factory, then Rocky Desert, and I have too many of those. Save changes. All right, let's see what it does. And off we go. Look, Ma, no hands. Even if it does freak out a little bit. Alright, so we're not picking up that last one like I told you. We're just picking up the first two. Hopefully I remembered to set those other ones to unload. Pretty sure I did. If not, then I'll have to get out and set them to unload. Have them set to unload. I did not set them to unload. Well, they'll just come back around because it's going to come all the way back around because it can't load from the other stations. So we'll just wait for it to come back. There is one thing I want to look at while we're waiting. Is did it flip the sign back here? No. Okay. Looks like I got to add another small strip right there. So that would be these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut some more trees down because I'm gonna have to put an incline and take it over that, and then send it over like that. So I'll have to play around with that whole idea of trying to do this with truck stops. Like I said, I'm going to have to figure out how I can fuel it, though. Because right now I don't have any fuel. Now, I want to say that there is another... I want to say there's another coal node over here somewhere that I could just probably tap straight off of. Somewhere over here. That I could just pull straight from and send it over there and then use... Because you can use coal to actually fuel trucks. In which case, every time they come back here, they'll get topped off and all that. Alright, the train's still moving, so that's good. It didn't pick anything up, because it's not set to unload anywhere but over here now. It looks like it just went to the starter area, and now it's waiting a second. And then it should start heading back over here. There it goes. We can see it off in the distance. But I'm pretty sure if the depot is full, it will just sit there and wait for you to empty it, and then it will empty its cargo, and then it'll move on. So it's not going to just keep making circles like it's doing at the moment. All right, here it comes. There it goes. See, now it goes down and it picks them all up at the same time. I guess it does that one. Guess it only doesn't... Oh, okay, there it goes. So that one kind of did it as a shadow. Alright, so there it goes. It emptied. Now we can go down here and we can see it all. Coming right into the things. Check it out. Looking good. They're moving so fast you can barely see them. Oh, they're not even coming out of the top, but it's there anyway. Very nice. So this has modular frames in it. And this one has smart plates. Okay. Very, very nice. Alright, so we've got these two. 4. So that should handle all of these. Now, granted, the closest one goes to the farthest truck stop. It's just the nature of things. Of course, that is going to go shooting straight down into that factory. All right, so obviously I'll have to bring power over here. I could take it right off the truck station, but I'm probably just going to... I've got power down there. I can technically bring it up. It can transfer from this, but I think I would rather bring it from the grid over and then even plug it into the truck stop or into the train station as well on this end. But we're going to have to put in an incline now. Let's see here. So I have both a 4mm and a 2mm incline. So but it doesn't look like the 2mm is tall enough. So we'll have to go with the 4. I believe it's this one. Yep. Wow, it's interesting. The rails don't quite match, but it is correct. It was a little hard to judge these originally, but it works. It does go through that though. That could be an issue. But maybe not. Hopefully that won't be a problem with it. I do think this is going to be an issue unless I make a small, you know, like a small one. Like if I just do one like that. That would be tall enough to go straight. Might be a little too tall there. I don't know if I'll keep this, but what I might do is just... No, you know what? I'm not going to. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I don't have the blueprint made, but all I'm going to do is just put one of these on it. So we can just do the same one here. And by doing that, I could probably... This will probably be better than... That way I have a better chance of it all working out. You know what I mean? So let's go with two-way no light and then a two-way light. Actually, no, let's put a two-way light in here. Very nice. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, we're a couple minutes over. I just wanted to kind of get something set here. And since I'm going to be kind of going up high-ish anyway, I don't have to worry about trying to fit through anything. So what I might try to have a gentle landing here is I might just have that come straight out and go in between these two right here. Like I'll make a turn, probably go right through here, and then just go down like that. And then when I get to a certain spot, I'll lower it back down to the level, and then take it straight over to where I have to go. So I'll have to clear out some stuff here. Yeah, a little landscaping. Nothing major. Nope, nothing major. Now, what is interesting, or what I will say interest-wise, is the thing that I built for that also works on this. And by that, I mean, I'll show you. These I have it in here, but the 4-post stack, these actually work on both. So I could put it there, right? Whoops. I did that wrong. I was not trying to do that. But yeah, so I could actually use like a 2-post stack here, right there, and put another one underneath it, and then I instantly have like a stability piece in there. Just like that. So instant stability. I designed it because they're both actually the same width. So it works. And because of the way those are designed, they're actually designed to where I can run one underneath the other if I wanted to. All right, that's gonna do it for me. Let me do this. I always do the save game here, so let's say train depot part 2. So part 1 was me getting over here and getting set up. So there we go. So that's that. Friday. Hopefully I'll be a little bit farther along Friday as far as like having maybe the roads a little bit farther in or something. Maybe having the truck stops ready. But we'll see. It depends on how much time I get a chance to do it tomorrow night. So if not, then, you know, this is what we'll work on Friday, is getting the road stuff in and leading it over to where the space elevator parts are being made. Because that's where they all have to go. With that, appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out with me. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're on YouTube there. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're on Twitch and you haven't followed the channel, you know, be sure to follow. And we stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to have some regular YouTube content on the channel very soon. I'm going to try to do some recordings. Maybe over the weekend. It kind of depends. My son's birthday's on Sunday, and I have a lot of yard work to do, so we'll just have to figure out. I just have to figure out what my recording schedule is and how I'm going to do you know, how often the videos are going to come out, and, you know, a lot of that whole planning thing, you know, for all that. But that's a me thing. At any rate, thank y'all for coming. Have a good night. We'll see you Friday.